Coming in, House Oversight Chair James Comer. Congressman, so you are going to hold FBI Director Wray in contempt of Congress if he refuses to produce the FBI document you subpoenaed, allegedly that an FBI whistleblower says President Biden engaged in a illegal bribery scheme with a foreign national. What more can you tell us about this?
Well, you're correct, Liz. We're very concerned about this allegation and very frustrated that the FBI has been stonewalling us. This is a very serious accusation. This accusation fits a pattern that we uncovered, especially in Romania, where then Vice President Biden visits the country, talks about foreign policy and foreign aid, and then 2 weeks later his family starts getting bank wires from foreign nationals in this country to the different Biden family members. So what this allegation says is that Joe Biden did this exact same thing in another country and pretty clearly details exactly how the payments were made. So we want to know not just what the Form 1023 says, but we also want to know what exactly the FBI did to investigate this very serious allegation.
Chairman Comer, what does the FBI whistleblower say in that FBI form contains? What are the details about it? What do we know?
Well, basically what you just reported, that when Joe Biden was vice president, he was involved in a pay-for-play scheme with a foreign country pertaining to foreign aid and foreign policy. Again, this fits a pattern that we're seeing with countries all over the world, where when Joe Biden was at the end of his vice presidency, he traveled to different countries. In some instances, took family members and met with former associates of his son, and then soon afterwards, then payments started flowing into different shell companies that would then flow down to different Biden family members. I mean, this is one of the most serious charges, accusations that's ever been made against any public official in the history of the United States. And the fact that the FBI just keeps brushing us off and saying, oh, well, just trust us. I mean, it's not going to cut it. So we've had to go to extreme measures. I already subpoenaed Director Wray for this information, and they turned their nose up in there. So now we're going to the next step.
So what is your reaction to IRS Commissioner Danny Werfel sending a letter to House Ways and Means saying it wasn't the IRS, it was Biden's Justice Department who retaliated against an IRS whistleblower? The DOJ removed the entire IRS team probing Hunter Biden. Now we've got two IRS whistleblowers, multiple FBI whistleblowers, who say Biden's Justice Department is politically meddling and stonewalling potential criminal charges against Hunter Biden.
Well, this is what needed to happen. We're starting to have the good quality career employees at the Department of Justice, at the IRS, and at the FBI come forward and say, look, this is bad, what's taking place. We don't support it. There's been an active cover-up for many years, and we're not going to take it anymore. We're going to stand up, and we're going to do the right thing, and we're going to talk to congressional investigators, and we're going to shine a light on this wrongdoing. So I think that what we're seeing play out is a very positive development. It's a positive development for transparency. It's a positive development in my quest to squash public corruption. So I'm excited about all the new whistleblowers that are coming forward, and I applaud the IRS for quickly laying blame where it should be, and that is with the Department of Justice. And,
you know, the Washington Examiner's Byron York points us out. Democrats in the first Trump impeachment said that whistleblowers must be protected, but now they're silent when a whistleblower is in the government are talking about what's going on with President Biden and Hunter Biden. What did the grandchildren of Joe Biden manufacture or make that warranted them getting paid by foreign overseas players who were working with the Biden family on business deals? What were they doing?
The same thing that the in-laws were doing, the same thing that the nieces and nephews were doing, and that's absolutely nothing. So no rational American thinks that that there's nothing to see here when you see the fact that Biden family members were receiving money from
$10 million,
nationals.
Right? $10 million.
$10 million, and we're just getting started. It'll be more than that. But yeah, right now we've produced $10 million.
And you're finding 20 shell companies, off-balance sheet LLCs, stuff like that, that they set up that web, which Delaware is known for being famous for helping to launch. Right. You know, people talk about the sources we talked to in D.C. and former FBI officials. They don't like what's going on. They feel like the upper echelon of the FBI should be gone because of this politicization. And, you know, when you look at the history of what's gone on, President Biden was a chair of Senate Foreign Relations. He's been in D.C. since the Nixon era. He was reportedly a negative net worth, you know, in the early 2000s. The Obama, you know, campaign said we don't want him on the campaign trail. He makes too many mistakes. So they pushed him aside. And then you could see the psychology of it. He says, you know what, I'm just going to make money. That's what some FBI officials have talked to us about. So, you know, former FBI officials, we should say. So there's a psychology here, and when you look at it as a whole in context, it kind of falls into place.
It does, and I've always felt like you go back to 2015 and 2016 when then Vice President Biden set up his family to profit from influence peddling. At that point, his political career was more than likely over, so he was trying to make money. And unfortunately, he did it while he was in office, and he did it in a way through those shell companies that's very illegal.
Chairman Comer will stay on the story. Thanks for bringing that news to us.